How many of you have ever sent an email with an attachment? A lot of you, all of you have. When you send an attachment by Gmail or by Yahoo Mail or by Reddit Mail, what you're doing is you get a file picker to choose a file from your desktop, and you get a chance to send it via email. That interface to pick files is a little bit primitive, and what we've introduced in JavaScript is the ability for the web to actually interact with your file system in a much more meaningful way. So let's talk about that. JavaScript should give you better file analysis capabilities, and it should give you the ability to do things like read a file and extract data from the file, including the binary data, and do something meaningful with that before you upload it. So this is what I did recently, is I helped craft the W3C file API specification. There's still a lot of work to be done. I get about 100 mails about it that are unanswered while I'm traveling. But let me show you what it does. So here is my web browser, and let me take it out of full screen mode. I am going to drag a file from my desktop. What I should have done is loaded this before. But here's a JPEG image, and here's my browser. I'm going to drag this JPEG image over. Oops. You can see that I'm dragging it. Now you can see that when I drag it over Firefox, the drop target becomes a bit animated. It becomes bigger, and I drop it. Now I've literally dragged and dropped something from my file system into Firefox. This photograph was taken somewhere in the Mediterranean, this JPEG. How many of you have heard of EXIF data, EXIF? Yeah, can somebody give me a definition of what that is? That's right. Every photograph that you take, and you may or may not know this, has some information about the photograph. And in some cameras, you can actually geotag the photograph, giving information about where physically the photograph was taken. This photograph was taken in the Mediterranean. I've dragged it into Firefox. Firefox's file API has looked at the photograph and has created a map about where the photograph was taken below. This is thank you, that's very kind. This is a capability that's exposed in JavaScript. It's the file API. You can read file data using the file API. This is particularly useful if you actually want to make the web an operating system. You can't have it completely isolated from the underlying hardware storage.